Hello there everyone, this is Seb and welcome to another vlog thingy. Yes, it's 2 weeks later again and I am very sorry about that, but I hope you are all doing fine, as I am actually doing pretty well. However, as you have noticed, clearly there's been little videos as of late, which has to do with the computer I was building, which went pretty well. It went great actually, everything worked just fine, except for one part, which was the video card. It was a faulty card, had to send it back. The store confirmed, yes, this card is faulty, we will need to replace it, but we ran out of stock. Thanks, great, awesome. So they sent it back to the factory and they basically said, well, they will repair it and you'll have it back in, it'll come by 4 weeks. Oh man. Last time I kind of joked about it, but seriously, this Murphy guy's got it out for me or what? What a jerk. So yeah, I got into contact with the store like 4 weeks. You know, can't you do something else? And we settled on, they sent me over a different card just to hold me over for the time. Because the processor I'm using does not have an internal graphics processor. So, you know, without a dedicated graphics card, you can't really do anything on the thing. So, they will send it out tomorrow, so hopefully by the end of the week I can actually do something. Maybe not gaming-wise so well, but at least I can do some video editing and such. Which I can kind of do now as well, because I've kind of over the weekend I've jerry-rigged my laptop into a workstation, you know, connect the screen to it and a actual keyboard and mouse and all that good stuff, and that works fine as well for video editing, but also not so much for gaming because it doesn't have the best graphics card in there as well, and obviously it does not fit a PCI capture card. So you know, I can't capture any footage from an actual console either. So you know, I've been slow in that regard, and I've actually been focusing on, you know, meeting up with some friends and such, and doing that cool stuff, which I enjoyed. So last week I did not make a video, I am sorry about that, but yeah, just did not have any time for it in the end, and yeah, back on Tuesday I was like still thinking, how am I even going to process this, and I was a bit pissed and cranky about it all. But oh well, it's going to be fixed now. What's most annoying to me about this whole ordeal is that the people who have actually worked really hard on sending in the final lines for the Battle of Olympus, you know, I can't really put anything together now because all of that stuff is on the internal hard drive on the PC that's just doing nothing now because it will not boot up. It's so sad. But yeah, that's going really well. Got pretty much all of the lines in now. There's 2 more parts which the people are not responding, so I will need to find others as well, but you know, I can't do that now because I have no access to those files. But yeah, that's for next week then, I suppose. But yeah, I'm sorry, now it's really the delay is all on me now, which is very annoying. In the last video you might have also heard me ask for suggestions for a follow-up project, and I actually started thinking about a game that I think will make a quite nice follow-up on that project. And that is a secret. I am not spoiling it yet. I will say that it's for the PS1, it's right behind me actually. And it's one of my favorite PS1 games. It's quite late and it's a very advanced game I find for that system. And I actually got acquainted with it again. I just did a test run to see if I can get the hang of it again. Well, I'm actually in the process of doing a little test run for it, and my goodness, that game did not age well. That was quite a bit of a shock. Yeah, I kept fumbling with the controls and stuff, and oh, we've gone a long way in making things more accessible, let me tell you. But still, it's an awesome game. Now that I'm getting a bit the hang hang of it again. I do find it a lot of fun again. And yeah, I think it has one of the better polished writing in games of that era especially. But it has no voices, so we need to change that, guys. We need to actually give those characters some voices. And that is going to be the next project, I'm pretty sure, when it comes to the voice acting. But yeah, try to guess it if you want, but I will give more away on that once we're actually started with the Battle of Olympus. Anyway, what else? For me, there's not a whole lot been going on. You know, as I said, just meeting some friends. Did skip out on the video last week. That is to say, I did have a topic to talk about, which I was really itching on to just share my opinion on. But it's quite late now because it is about Pokemon Go, and you know, it's kind of late news now. But yeah, it was quite amazing to see how that game blew up. And is it a good thing? I don't think so. I'm sorry, but I think it is a very bad thing that it blew up in this giant hype. And I am actually very sad to see it. Because big hypes tend to make a shift in the gaming industry oftentimes, especially when it's such a big hype. And my goodness, this is big because this just transcends out of the whole gaming field and goes beyond that. It really goes into everyday life, basically. Pretty much everyone I talk to knows about Pokemon Go. Like, they don't maybe know all the intricacies of the app, but they know that it's Pokemon Go, and they most of them have a very big opinion on what it is, and oftentimes it's misinformed, but whatever. It's saying something that it is such a big thing that it is all over the place. It's not just gaming related anymore. It's in the news, it's everywhere, and Nintendo always tends to get away with this crap where they have something and they know how to manipulate people in how to basically give them free publicity. They do this time and time again, and it's quite astounding how they keep managing to do this, because oftentimes Nintendo is in the forefront of these big shifts as well. Take for example the Wii, where they also had the news pretty much covering the shortage of the Wiis. It's very good marketing in that regard, and Nintendo does that really well for themselves. And now they struck gold again, and it's annoying to me to see this happen, because now I can imagine other companies are also going to explore such routes. And when Nintendo said that they were going into mobile, this was really not what I had in mind, but yeah, it happened. And it wouldn't be such a big problem were it not that the app is just total trash. Yes, I said it, it's a poor game. It's a very, very bad game, I find. It's this semi-new gimmick, augmented reality, which has Pokemon plastered all over it. It's not the first augmented reality app out there. I've actually seen better implementations. This is just literally plastering a Pokemon over your camera footage. And yeah, it's not that interesting to see it visually. But yeah, okay, so yeah, it's this gimmick, and the app around it is just poorly built. It's just, I'm sorry, it's a battery drainer, servers keep crashing. It has its benefits. I mean, I do love how it actually opens some social conversation. For example, people are going outside, they are going to explore. That part is awesome. That's good. That's really, really actually fun. You know, there is fun to be had with the app. Let's not forget that. But the actual gameplay is just not there. I find it's just so odd to me how many people jumped on it and saying, yeah, this is actually cool. Because to me, and I'm not even the biggest Pokemon fan out there, but to me, this is actually insulting to the whole franchise. And yes, I am talking about the gameplay here, but for a game where you are supposed to be the Pokemon trainer, you are personalizing, you are the Pokemon trainer, there is actually quite little actual training going on, isn't there? I feel more like being a Pokemon collector, honestly, because that's all you do. You throw Pokeballs around and you collect more. And the actual training involves collecting more. It's weird. And then you have the battles. And to me, the core in the Pokemon series has always been training with the, choosing which attacks to get for your Pokemon, maybe have some statistic variants and such, with the goal of actually battling. And always there has been the social aspect to it, where you put your strategy up against the strategy of someone else. There's always been this social aspect to it, which is cool. And this is such a missed opportunity. I find that they did not do this. No, now you have this tap fest where whoever taps the fastest, or there is some mechanics there, but it's very mild and just basically they have dumped down the gameplay of the actual battle so much that a chimpanzee can enjoy it. And this is what I mean. I find it quite insulting to the Pokemon players out there, the Pokemon fans. It's just so far detached from the actual franchise. And yes, I know other games in the franchise have done this as well, but my counter argument to that is that those games did not tend to focus on you being the actual Pokemon trainer. For example, the Mystery Dungeon games have you play as actual Pokemon, exploring dungeons and such. So, there was a different kind of battle mechanics there. There was no trainer there that did the whole thing. I think not, at least. I have not played them that much, but I think that was the thing with the Mystery Dungeon games. You've got Pokemon Snap. It's totally different there. You actually collect photographs of Pokemon out in the world, in the wild. It's a different kind of gameplay and a different setup. And here there is a mismatch between the setup, which is basically the same as the core games. You are a Pokemon trainer and you're training your Pokemon to be the best, and the actual gameplay. But yeah, that might be me, but to me this is just a sad thing to see happen, that such a poor excuse for a game gets so much attention, because I can just totally imagine other companies also looking at this and thinking, why would we actually invest thousands, 10,000, even millions sometimes of dollars into a new game, let alone new IP for an actual console, if you can make just as much money or more easily for such a lousy app? Which makes sense. Come on, it totally business sense, it's logical. Just make lousy apps, make lots of money, and there, we are the gaming kings. Because such apps count as full-fledged games nowadays, apparently. Because, even big review outlets review Pokemon Go like it's this actual $60 game. It's just complete nuts, I find. And to me that is the saddest things, because as I said, such hypes tend to create a shift in how the gaming industry operates. Just take the Wii for example, and I'm very afraid that we will see less and less actual full-fledged big budget console games and more of these attempts of quick cash grabs, as it were. And there is a lot of money in Pokemon Go. Just look at how the stocks of Nintendo have gone up immensely, and now they have gone down a bit because they said they actually don't make their that much money off of it, because I suppose the other companies make some more of it. I forgot the name of it. I'm sorry, that is very bad. No, I totally forgot. Blanked out, oh well. But yeah, there is a lot of money, and I'm not even talking about in-app purchases, because thank God the app actually is very mild in requiring you to do in-app purchases. The Pokestops, really awesome idea in that regard, that that actually gets people outside as well. So, that's awesome. And it really cuts down on having to actually pay money for it. So, props for that, Nintendo or whoever's behind it, who thought that up. That's really cool. But I'm also, thinking about all the data that they are collecting by you traveling about. That data can be very valuable, for example, for city planning, or for another example, think public transportation companies. They would love seeing that data on how people go about getting to the places that are in the app. And I can also imagine that down the line you will get special Pokestops which you can actually buy. That would be interesting for a company to buy a Pokestop or a permanent lure for a rare Pokemon or something. There's a lot of ways to make money off of this. And of course there is some bullying to be had as well, where you, if there happens to be a Pokestop near your mother-in-law who's just doing a garden party, pop one out there, lure, and see chaos unfold. But, it's kind of a funny thing as well. Interestingly enough, I also find that, there's some legal things which are, through the mass use of such an augmented reality app, you can start to debate on. For example, you've got people walking into places where they're not supposed to be, but who's to blame here? Is the person trespassing the problem, or is the app the problem who tells them there is a Pokemon there? It comes with some interesting questions for the legal system in as a whole. But yeah, I'm not even talking about how the Darwin Awards seem to run out of stock with Pokemon Go now. But yeah, that's a whole different topic, and honestly, the human stupidity knows no bounds, so, are we really surprised? But yeah, to me, the most surprising thing to the whole Pokemon Go thing is how it exploded in such a huge hype, and I am very sad that it did, at least with such a low quality app. And I'm not saying that there is no fun to be had with it, I'm just saying that I wish that if something like this exploded, at least let the app be high quality, let it truly be something that you can say, yeah, a lot of people worked on that very hard and it is very much worth playing. For me, I don't see the real goal in it at the moment, because it's just collecting, not actually training and battling. It's just no fun. But hey, that's my opinion, and I am very curious to hear your opinion. What do you think of Pokemon Go? The big phenomenon that's sweeping across the world, and yeah, it is still going strong, and it's probably going to keep going strong for a couple of more, I guess months probably. What do you think how it will impact the whole gaming industry as a whole? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm very curious to see some discussion in that regard, because I haven't seen too many articles on that in particular, and from the start last week, as I said, I was itching to talk about that in particular, because as I said, it's something that I think is not very good, but I haven't had anyone else talk about it, so maybe it's just me, I don't know. But yeah, that was my little rant here on Pokemon Go. If you enjoy it, very good, keep enjoying it, and if you hate it, good, don't play it. So, I'm always easygoing like that. Anyway guys, I think that will do it for now in this video. I've been rambling on long enough, I think. Join me next time, as I will have another video up soon, I hope. At least it should be at the end of the week, where things will get easier to actually record stuff again. So, until then, I thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you later. Bye bye for now, later.